Hello everyone, Brad from Prodigal Overland here. Today what we have for you in this video is going to be a walkthrough of our 2018 Keystone Fusion 357 toy hauler, so stick around. So if you've been following us at all, you know that we had a Rockwood Roo travel trailer, a hybrid travel trailer, and we recently upgraded to this toy hauler. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. I'll put a link for it up here that you can click on and kind of get yourself caught up. So before we get started, remember to hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and please feel free to comment, and please do comment in the comments below. We get back to everybody, just what else you'd like to see. If you have any questions about the tour, please let us know. Now, because this model had been sitting on the dealer's lot for a couple of years, they were a little anxious to get rid of it, and we had a little bit more bargaining power on our end. So again, it pays to do your research. I would definitely recommend checking out RV Trader. That's kind of how we found prices around the nation, and we were able to find a dealer that would match the best price we found. Another thing you might want to consider doing is looking to pick one up that's a year or two older. There are tons and tons of ads of people that bought a brand new toy hauler, got it all kind of spec'd out, upgraded, and then figured out they don't use it very much. So practically new for a lot less. So those would be the two ways that we would recommend going about doing it. So without further ado, let's go and start our tour. So if I'm walking in the front door, this is what you're gonna see. So this is the main living area. I got our TV, electric fireplace, pretty sweet sound bar. Swinging into the kitchen, nice size fridge. It's an 8 cubic foot fridge. It's about as wide as a residential, but it's not as deep. But this it can run on propane or electric. So far we're loving the space in that. There's a ton of space. We can fit gallons of milk. Very, very happy with that so far. Here's our stove, 3-burner stove, propane stove. Here's our massive oven. Huge. I'm gonna just hold my hand up to this so you can see just how big that oven is. Oh my gosh. I'm obviously being sarcastic. The oven's small, but we're able to fit a regular size cookie sheet in there, so that's nice. Want to also highlight while we're in the kitchen our massive percolating coffee. We love coffee, and this thing is, I don't know, a couple liters of coffee every day, so I'm sure that's not good for you, but that's been really nice too. Microwave. This has a convection oven on, and so I know Lauren's really been enjoying that. Got a wine rack up here to store all your water bottles and your 1 bottle of wine. Okay, continuing the tour of the kitchen. Over here we actually have a decent amount of counter space, which has been huge for us. In our old travel trailer, I kid you not, our counter space was the equivalent of this right here. It's probably a little less than that actually. That's all we had in the other one. So we are enjoying that we have some counter space here. Some nice deep sinks. It's been good. Nice faucet. This actually comes out. You can rinse stuff with that, so that's pretty cool. Some decent covered space. So let me show you what we have in here. We are able to fit, they're not super deep, but we can fit some cereal boxes in here. Lauren's gone through and done some storage, extra storage to kind of stack things nicely. And so this has been much more accessible for us. So again, some bins to kind of maximize space all the way up. And so we've been pretty happy with the cupboard space so far. She also added a kind of side rack here. I think she said this was actually a bathroom rack, but it's got the 3 different levels. So again, just extra storage. Looking out of the kitchen is a nice big sofa. This sofa, I think, is about 7 feet wide. So one of my things was I wanted a spot I could lay down. Sometimes I can't sleep at night, and if I get up and move locations, that's been helpful. So this is a nice long couch that you can do that in. All 3 of these recline. So there's 3 different sections to recline. They are heated. There's little buttons here, heated, there's lights, there's this massage, which honestly I hate. It's not massage, it's just, and that's coming from a physical therapist. It's just vibrates you. So if you like the sensation of your head and your brain shaking in your skull, you're gonna love that. Again, Lauren added just some side storage areas. It does have a nice big picture view. Currently we've got a slew of kids outside. Playing with our kids. It's got some nice, these slow rise. These are the blackout shades. Get a little tug. Just, you know, just like, there you go. And then it just goes up nice and slow. Okay, again, we do enjoy those big windows on the side. Coming out front, we've got a little loft area. That's our buddy Skelly. Skelly is going to be a new road schooling website we just actually launched yesterday, so there'll be more on Skelly. But there's a nice loft area. Let me get up here. Okay, go ahead, turn around the side. You can sleep a kid up there, although it's certainly not big enough for a kid to be sitting up there unless you've got really small ones. Comes with a ladder to access that. That ladder you can move kind of side to side. See what else we did. Oh, so what you don't see here is a kitchen table, right? So toy haulers often will not have any kind of a kitchen table going on. One of the things Lauren did was, first she built these little seating slash storage areas here. I'll show you that. So nice cushion on top. Take it off, there's storage in there. You can flip it over. You can stand on that if you need to. So she made those, kind of cool. Nice little handles. We've got 5 of those, so we've got 5 seats, and those we can pick up and move wherever we want to. She also installed this flip up table here. So again, this would be a aftermarket Lauren special, but this just kind of clicks up. So actually this is where we've been eating. So it's really nice for 2 people. You can get 3 around it if you want. So often Lauren and I will eat first, and then the kids will eat. Which has not been bad. I know some people really like to kind of eat as a family. We are literally together all the time, so I don't feel bad at all when it's just Lauren and I sitting down having a quiet meal together. Okay, so hiding behind the electric fireplace is some pretty cool storage. So let me open this up and show you how it works. You actually can pull on the side here. Let me move these bins. Pulling on the side. Actually, this whole area comes out, and then behind it, they went in and put some more storage. So that's been, again, a good spot to kind of put your extra groceries in that. We've been very happy with that. And this magnet here is pretty stout, so when you're driving down the road, we haven't had any issues with this flying open so far. So one thing that has been cool for us, this has central vacuum. So you plug a cord in there and you are able just to kind of turn it on. There's a switch here and it's got central vacuuming, which is really cool. So again, coming up our steps, on the side, it does come with the tank heaters. Okay, so if we are in cold weather without electricity, or actually with electricity, you can run these off our battery, but they really do drain the battery quickly. But these are the tank warmers, and there's one for fresh, gray, and black, so that your tanks don't freeze. Now it is enclosed, and they're also, if we're running the propane, so if we have the propane heat going, it is ducted there, so it'll actually heat the underbelly that way. This is the in-command system. Okay, it'll show you kind of the fresh, black. There are 2 gray tanks. One gray tank feeds the kitchen area, okay, and the other gray tank is for the bathroom. But this is, you know, you can access the water pump, you can go in here and put your slides out, your awnings, that sort of thing. So that's been pretty cool so far. I do imagine if that system goes down, I won't think it's so cool. But so far so good. All right, coming up the steps. Here's our bathroom. So nice toilet, I think that's a porcelain toilet. You got the foot flush coming around, nice deep sink. Okay, so we're able to kind of get in there. Comes with a handsome dude in the mirror. So we got a nice vanity going on in there. Lauren's added a little toothbrush storage area. Some storage on the side, storage under here. And then a decent shower. Our first one had those round showers, which I'm not a fan of. The track system on the round shower just kind of broke. This just slides across, and so far it's been much better than those round enclosed ones. Yeah, removable shower head. So that's been decent. I mean, as far as RV showers go, I've been happy with that so far. Down here, again, Lauren mounted toilet paper dispenser there. This is laundry bin in there with laundry. You get to add that yourself. And then again, more storage up here, okay? And it looks like she went through and did a really good job of organizing that. At least that's good for us. All right, so that's the bathroom. We do have these fans. That is one area on this that I haven't been too happy with, has been the fans. We had those nice, fantastic fans in the old one where they covered, so even if it was raining, you could run them. But these do not have the upgraded fans, so that would be kind of one area that I think they could definitely improve on. So stepping into our master suite, there's the mattress. The mattress is really an odd size. It's a 68 by 80 mattress, which is smaller than a king size mattress and bigger than a queen. So we put our queen size, I thought it was a queen until I put my sheets on and they didn't fit. And we had a queen overlay, like a foam pad to put on it. And I don't know if you can see, but the pad actually stops here. Here's where it goes. But like I said, it's smaller than a king, bigger than a queen, and it's not even the size of an RV king mattress, which I think those are 70 by 80. So it is an awkward size. I think one of the things we might end up doing is, this is just a board under here, like just a piece of plywood. I think we might cut this down, give us a little more room on the side, and just put our queen bed on. We've never had anything bigger than a queen, and we've been fine with that. But if you're a person that needs a bigger bed than a queen, it does come with this very awkwardly sized mattress that you're gonna have a hard time finding sheets for. So what we did is just got regular king size sheets and put them on, and so they are kind of loose fitting. All right, here's the wardrobe area. So there's 2 drawers under here, decent pantry, or not pantry, yeah, this is where we keep our food. No, decent linen area. There is storage above here, all the way across. Over here, if you happen to be looking for your rooftop antenna access, it comes with the 4G antenna. It's there above the bed. I had a hard time finding it because we kind of swapped things out there. So, little shelf above the bed. Yeah. So actually, this is much more room. In our old one, like, there was no space to walk around. So we're enjoying the space to walk around. Okay, so next up, what we're gonna do is go into the garage area. Okay, that would be where you would keep your toys, so your ATV, your motorcycles. If you don't have those, it's also where we keep our children, in the garage, and that's sweet. I keep my kids in the garage. But there's a queen over queen bunk system in there. I'm gonna let Lauren kind of take you through there because she did a lot of different modifications.
This is the garage, also known as the kids' room, also known as the school room, and also known as the lounging room. So this is a big reason why we bought this kind of trailer, or fifth wheel, or whatever we're supposed to call it, is because it can be a multi-purpose space. So what we did was we kind of had to modify things so that we could fit all 3 kids. They could each have their own space. We could get school done. We could have a little bit of hangout space and some storage. So the first thing we did was I built this, which is just basic bunk bed frame, nothing special. Some 4x4s, 2x4s, 2x6. And this is Sam's bed. So Sammy's our youngest and smallest, so it really wasn't such a big deal that he didn't have extra foot space here. But he is very excited to have his own space, and he has kind of claimed that closet up there that's opened as his toy storage.
Yeah, and he made his bed today, so look at our good parenting skills on how to make your bed. Let's just point that out.
Yes.
So here's overhead storage. And by the way, when Lauren says we in this area, she really means her. I didn't do a thing back here.
Yes, Brad is becoming handier, but traditionally I am the power tool person in this family. So, anyway, so I just kind of built this basic frame, which also kind of gave us some solid surfaces to screw some things into, because these RV walls are a little scary when it comes to securing things, because they're real thin, which is nice for weight, but not so great for stability when you want to hang something. So underneath here, we put some hooks for the kids' backpacks and coats and things like that. Since this is sturdier, I was able to put another drop leaf table in, just like in the kitchen. This does go flush down, but we have the stools underneath. So these are the same kind of stools that we had in the kitchen. They kind of go everywhere. They work really well for our storage. You flip them over and you got a nice solid surface to use as a step stool or a bench or a little table, whatever. Flip them back over and you've got a nice soft surface to sit on. I did kind of steal that idea from Anna White online. If you like making things yourself, check her website out. She's got some really cool things there. We were able to put some storage up here that we don't have to worry about falling to the ground when we're traveling. Because in our last rig, anything that I put on the walls, if it had any kind of weight to it, over a pound, it was like, they always ended up on the floor when we traveled. So this is really nice. And as well, for storage, we were able to find these really neat dressers. So these are actually sold in the hardware stores. I think I even saw them at Walmart as well, but they're meant for garages. They're drawers and they're on rollers, which is really nice. Unlike the regular plastic drawer storage things that you see everywhere, these glide really nice, but they're also modular. They actually came as a unit with 4 drawers, but you can kind of pop them apart. I don't think the manufacturer necessarily intended for that, but it worked great for us because what I could do is kind of stack one a little higher here, because I know I can make this secure. Behind it is actually a whole nother door, but we don't really use this door for access right now, so it works great here. And behind Brad here is another set of dressers that these, I actually took one drawer off of each of them so that I could have them low enough to be able to put our Happy Jack beds down without having to move things out of this space. And this is just your standard cube shelf from Target with a few bins, but it hides all our junk, which is great. And when you travel, everything kind of stays in one place. We do sometimes have this slide a little bit on the carpet. One of the things we still have to do, these are the dog beds, which do get moved out of the way when we open up. I don't know if you can see here, but after this, the grade here starts to go down, and that's because it's a toy hauler, so it's intended to be able to create a ramp space to kind of drive your 4x4 in, your motorcycle, stuff like that. So one of the things we probably need to do in the future is kind of build that up and level our floor out, because things do tend to slide a little bit there, but it's really not that big of an inconvenience at this point. So the other big thing that we love is these beds that are right above us. These are the Happy Jack beds. They are technically 2 couches, the bottom one, that kind of fold up and flank the walls, but we don't use them that way. So right now we use it as a bed, and probably will always use it as a bed. So we're actually talking about taking those couches off and putting a permanent board there with a mattress, but for now it works. So I'm gonna put this down a little bit and show you. And again, our children made their beds today. You can see how wonderful they did. The top bunk is Nora's bed, and what we had to do was put new blocks in. So you see how that bed stopped? We had to put blocks in higher up so that the bottom bunk didn't have to come all the way down, and both kids still had enough space to get in. So we put the bed down to about, I think about, oh no, about there, and they both have ample headspace to be able to just sit up and enjoy.
Again, wonderfully made bed.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna put these back up, and while they're going back up, I just want to kind of point out here, under the bed has created a lot of extra hangout space, which is great too. And we got this really awesome beanbag chair, which technically is not really a beanbag chair, it's a memory foam chair, so it is comfortable. And finally up top we have another AC unit, which is separate for this room, so it really does cool down quickly. The heat, on the other hand, actually the vent is down under there, so that is why I had to build a special shelf, and you can't really see it right now, but about 6-7 inches of the bottom is actually open space. So when we need heat, I'll move the beanbag chair out of the way, and this way the heat can kind of circulate in here. So this is the fun part. I think one of the kids may have already pulled the cord, but this is how we have really easy access to outside. With basically a push of the hand, the back is down. This does have some legs underneath that help to support it, but they're not required. So you can see I can kind of stand out here, and right now it's just free floating, which is great. It is that 0G technology, which is what makes it nice and easy to put it up and down with just one person. So I'm going to sit up here. It does come with a nice porch and gate. It kind of just slides into place. So as you can see, we do have an awning here. Depending on the time of day, it does or does not block the sun or where you're sitting. But it is a nice feature. This way, if it is drizzling and you want to have it open just to kind of get some air, you can. And with that, so we don't have bugs, we are in Texas right now, there's a screen that does go into this track, if I can get it in there, kind of runs in this track here. I would say it's a bug deterrent. It does a pretty good job, but it is definitely not completely bug proof. Now it will kind of slowly go up, just like the blinds. So you have to kind of give it that little jerk like you do the blinds to keep it down. So I usually make it a little longer than it needs to be just to make sure it's hitting it. But again, this kind of helps keep the bugs out. But if you're not careful, you can see kind of here, the screen is not super secure. So if it's really buggy, I wouldn't rely on that, but it is a nice feature. So the other thing is too, this is a great space for our dogs to kind of come and lounge. So often we'll bring those beds out here and they like to bathe in the sun. We know they're kind of confined, you know, all the rules of having your dogs secured. And this here does lock, so it just kind of slides over. You could put a lock on it, but it's a good way that they can't accidentally get out. The stairs here are real easy to use. Down them. Again, you can kind of adjust them just like the front steps, but they have some extra supports here. The railing pops right out, and then just to get them on and off, they have these clips on the side here. and then you just lift them up.
Okay, so I had mentioned earlier that the kitchen, we don't have a kitchen table in the living area. I just wanted to briefly mention there is a table that comes with it. It is strapped to your top bunk when you buy it. When the bottom, if you would use the bottom as chairs, the table can fit in between there. Like I said, ours is always in bed mode, so we haven't done that. We have set the table up some outside on the patio, but honestly, I think we'll probably end up just getting rid of the table. Often where we're at now, there are picnic tables. If there's not a picnic table, we do have a folding table we can use that's kept in that underbin storage area. So there you go. That's the tour of our new home. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments and we'll get back to you. If there's something else you'd like to see in the trailer, let us know that too. As always, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos. We will continue to show kind of our journeys, where we're going. So thanks again for watching and have a great day.